Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Renee Box Young, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. Those who will tune in, this is a flash live. Y'all know how this is, man. We go out of nowhere, going live, man. That's what I'm talking about. Definitely, I chopped it up with LeVar earlier today. I said, hey, man, I might go live today, man. We'll see what's up. I got to get my time straight. And I got the opportunity to go live. So I was like, what the heck? Let's do it. Let's chop some boxing. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, man. Got some things to talk about. You already know about the developments. Recent developments are going on in the sport of boxing. Every time I post a video up, I always say, by the time I post this video up, there's going to be a new development concerning what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So constantly getting new developments in the sport of boxing. So we definitely got to talk about it, man. Several things I put on the title of this video, of this live session, and the schedule, whatever you want to call it, right? Ryan Garcia, Mikey Garcia, Pacman, and more things, man. We've got more things to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Those aren't the only things, but there are so many developments, man. Every half hour, every half the day, whatever, right? Every moment, there's something new in the sport of boxing. Ricky E245, what's going on, family? Yeah, Giorgio Diaz lost his belt. I didn't know that, dude. What, he fought today or what? Did he fight today? No, that's tomorrow. He lost his belt. What was the weight? Oh my gosh! And that's another thing, LeVar. Did you see that? Oh my gosh, dude.
No, I didn't know that he lost his belt.
Ricky's giving us the news, man. Check that out, man.
He must have lost it on a scale.
Yeah. Are you kidding me, man? Ricky, please put in the chat why, please. Oh, we're gonna chop this up. I'm gonna cook Jojo. Nah, I'm just kidding, man. I'm telling you, LeVar. Every other second, there's something new, bro.
Oh, absolutely, man. I hope not, man. I hope not. But hey, you never know, man. With some of these fighters, man. True. Go ahead. Not to cut you off, my brother.
No, go ahead.
With COVID, it's either these fighters are going to either they're going to take advantage of this time or it's going to hurt them.
That's true, man. That's true. Y'all jumping in already. Thank you guys so much for jumping in, man. So we're just gonna talk some boxing. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's a flash live. I always put the emojis, whatever they call it, right on the header there, or on the title. Flash live. That means going out of nowhere, man. Out of nowhere, popping in. So I once again thank you so much, LeVar, for being able to accommodate your times. You know what I'm saying? Definitely.
Anytime, brother. Anytime.
Yeah, heck yeah. My sidekick, LeVar, man. So. Let's chop it up, bro. Please, Ricky, go ahead and let us know. Syndicate J, what's going on, family? What's going on, bro? Did you see that? Syndicate J, look at the news, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Salute.
Jojo lost his belt.
Salute.
That was the IBF belt, right?
Yeah, yes. I want to say it was the IBF belt that he had. Hopefully it's not true, and I'm not saying Ricky E245 is lying or anything like that. But I hope that Jojo was disciplined enough to make weight.
Here's the news, bro. Here it is, LeVar. Bam. On the scale, bro. He weighed in at 133.6. Man.
Wow. Hey, Ricky E245. Hey, man, we definitely appreciate you letting us know that, man. Like I said, man, it's sad that he lost that title on a scale, man. So this definitely changes things, brother.
My gosh, dude. Come on, bro. Hey, thanks for the news. Definitely, Ricky. I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm saying, bro. We were going to talk about other things. But that's, LeVar, I've said it time and time again. You know what I'm saying? My lives, I do it organically. I have my bullet points. But it depends on what you guys come out. You know what I'm saying? You guys, because you're a part of it. The chat's a part of it. I'm not going to sit here and ignore the chat and what they say. There are important things that the chat says too. You know what I'm saying, LeVar? And we go off of that,
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I mean, this is a great Friday night to talk about some boxing, talking about some boxing news, man. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it.
And check who we got in the building, LeVar. Oh, check him out.
Hey.
Bruce, my brother from another mother.
I saw the invitation, man. Yep, I saw the invitation. I couldn't turn it down. But yeah, I just heard that about that loss on the scale, man.
Man, what's up with this, man? What is going on here? And I like Jojo. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. That's Benavides loses it on the scale. Giorgio loses it on the scale. And who's the last one who lost it on the scale just recently?
I don't know, man. It's just too much. I don't know, man. I mean, that's sad. That's
sad. It is, man. I remember I'm sorry. I'm just saying. I remember when Floyd came in overweight with Marquez, and he just paid it out of his pocket. That was more money in Marquez's purse.
Undisciplined.
But definitely undisciplined. Just it's unheard of in this day and age.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to think about this is his job, and now he has to understand that he has family that he needs to take care of. He needs to take care of his family. So he needs to understand that this is his job. This is what he is. This is what he wanted to do. This is what he chose to do. And you got to stay disciplined. Like this pandemic, it can cause you not to get out there and train like the way that you want to. And I understand that they might not be able to train how they used to because of the pandemic, but you have to be able to adapt and overcome. You have to. So now he loses his title to the scale. Most likely he's going to be penalized and lose money for that. And now it all depends on his opponent. Does his opponent still want to take the fight? So there's a lot of question marks. If his opponent wants to take the fight, then Giorgio's going to have to come out of pocket. So now he's taking more money away from himself and from his family. I don't understand this.
Yeah, I guess Razkamov, does he get the title? Usually what happens is they go for they fight. If Razumov wins, he gets the title. If Diaz wins, he doesn't get the title. The title remains vacant. But that's the way I think the IBF does it. It's weird, the show must go on, but it's
Bruce. So Bruce, so you said so the other guy can if he wins, he gets the belt.
Yes.
Got you. Okay. Got it. Okay.
Man, dude, that it's sad. It's sad. When are these fighters going to learn? When you go back to David Benavidez, you know what I'm saying? I know bygones are bygones. Tank Davis, another example. I mean, they learned, but I just I think what LeVar was saying a moment ago, I've said it before. I've pumped videos out about it. I've spoken against, I have expressed my disappointment against David Benavidez when he lost weight, when he got the belt stripped of him, whatever, when he missed weight. Same thing with Tank Davis. I spoke my mind, you know what I'm saying? My disappointment in these fighters because I have had my hopes up in these guys. They're real. They're about it, you know what I'm saying? But we understand the lack of discipline on behalf of Tank Davis in his prior, years ago, what have you. Recently, it looks like he's getting a little bit more serious, but now Giorgio Diaz, it's like, come on, man. I really had my hopes high on him. I know he can come back. It's not really but it's still a big blow. And more than anything, I'm disappointed. You know what I'm saying? I feel sorry for him. Now, who knows if Farmer really is going to want the rematch now? More than anything, I think Farmer's inspiration or motivation is that belt. And now that Giorgio Diaz doesn't have it. So if Giorgio Diaz wins, I don't know if I caught that, you guys. Whoever wins gets the belt or what?
No. Diaz doesn't get it because he didn't make the weight. He'll make his purse, minus whatever they fine him. If Rakhimov chooses to accept the fight, he fights. He gets the title if he wins, but Diaz doesn't get the title if he wins. The title goes vacant.
Yeah, exactly. Just like with Benavidez, exactly. Went vacant, and now Canelo's going for it. Yeah, I got it.
Exactly.
My gosh, dude. My gosh. Ricky just broke the news. Thank you so much, Ricky. I appreciate you, definitely, man. We got big lake shows in the building, man. We're just talking about how Giorgio Diaz, man, his belts got stripped of him or whatever they call it, right? The belt taken away from him because he missed weight. Wow. Big Lake Show. Thanks so much for jumping in. Queen Kristen, thanks so much for jumping in. Y'all go subscribe to her. It looks like she'll probably be pushing some content sooner or later, right? So she has a channel. Y'all go subscribe. I subscribed to her already. Thanks so much for jumping in, Kristen Watterson. Thanks so much, Queen. Thanks so much. LeVar's fiance. Great stuff right there, man. Ogden's in the building. Hey, Og, what's going on, family? Ogden, I hope you're doing great, man. Thank you guys so much for jumping in the building. I really appreciate each and every one of you. So, crazy news, ladies and gentlemen. Crazy news. I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't know. I thought. Now, let me get back to what I was saying here when we were talking about this. Okay, I don't think, like what LeVar was saying earlier, these guys are professionals. I don't think there's an excuse, man. I mean, you have months to prepare. Months, plural. Okay, that's what makes me disappointed about this. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that makes me disappointed about this. You know, months to prepare for a fight, and you miss weight, man. I mean, how much more basic is it? It's protocol, man. It's a part of a fighter. A fighter knows when they're going to fight, one of the first things that you have to know as a fighter, what division you're in, right?
That's the prerequisite, right there, man.
That's the word. Thank you. That's the prerequisite.
That's it. And that's the only thing that you have to do is make weight.
Yeah. Apart from doing your training or whatever, right?
Well, that's all up to you, but you have to make the weight.
Yeah, I mean, Absolutely. It's a must, and that's what I'm saying. It's a must. That's why. I mean, we got to understand, ladies and gentlemen. It's part of a boxer making weight. I mean, how much more? How? There's no other way to say it.
Somebody's echoing here. Is it?
Yeah, somebody's echoing. I don't know exactly who it is. We got you, Laura. Okay, cool, yeah. So yeah, I don't know exactly how another way to say it. I'm speechless right now. I'm speechless, and I'm really disappointed, man, because it's like breathing air for a fighter. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like throwing a jab for a fighter. You have to make weight. That's how natural it has to be. That's kind of how I'm trying to say it. It's a fighter's second nature. It has to be. And for you to miss weight, I said the same about Benavidez. Even though the whole quarantine, yeah, I get it. You can't, you know, the gyms aren't open, but I don't think that's an excuse, man. I just don't buy that. I just don't think it's an excuse to not make weight. You know, Tank Davis, the same thing, man. I was saying it when it came out. I went live on it and I said, you know what? I'm really disappointed in Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? And now Giorgio Diaz, man, dude. And he's a serious cat. You know what I'm saying? Giorgio Diaz seems like one of those serious guys. You know what I'm saying? LeVar, you want to add something to that?
Yeah. It's like what Sean Porter said. Sean Porter said during this pandemic, this is like a reset for all the fighters. And, you know, and I don't mean to change up the sport, but back when I was in middle school and high school, I wrestled. So it was my job to make sure that I made weight, because if I didn't make weight, that not only was that embarrassing for me, but it was embarrassing for my coaches. So at the end of the day, Giorgio Diaz had plenty of time to try to cut weight. I don't understand. He was already defeated before he even got on the scale. So at the end of the day, he needs to take this. He needs to take this seriously. And I wouldn't say that he's not taking it seriously. I think it's because of the opponent. If it was a Tevin Farmer, absolutely he would have came in, you know, making weight. But for this to happen, he really needs to go back and ask himself, hey, is this what I want to do? What do I got to do to make sure that I need to make weight next time? Or maybe he doesn't need to be fighting at that division anymore. Maybe he needs to move up. Maybe it was hard for him to cut that weight. Hey, salute to Sebastian Cooper. Salute to you, young king. That's my son right there.
Hey. So Sebastian Cooper, welcome, man. Salute.
Yes, indeed. Salute to Sebastian Cooper.
So Renee, I just think it's unprofessional. He had plenty of time to lose the weight, and it's embarrassing because not only are you losing the title, it's like what we said previously. Not only are you losing the title, you're going to lose money from your purse. That money is probably going to go to your opponent. Your opponent is the only one that can win that belt. So now, what happens with that Tevin Farmer and Giorgio Diaz fight now? It's like what I said. Now we're going to have to let it simmer now. It's going to have to simmer, and maybe it'll happen later on down the road, but you just never know. That's going to be up to Giorgio Diaz and Tevin Farmer.
You know, LeVar, I think that's what it is. I think he was overlooking this guy, you know, and not taking it as serious as he should with this guy Rakimov saying, he's a mandatory. I'll get him out the way. No big deal. Probably, I think that's what it was. And what happens when you do that? I've said it time and time again, man, that, you know, don't overlook your freaking opponent. I remember when, you know, when this whole buildup with Ryan Garcia and Campbell, I was saying, man, hey, it's not good for Ryan to overlook Campbell as he's been doing in the months in the buildup of the Campbell-Ryan Garcia fight. Why? Because Ryan Garcia was saying time and time again, social media, blah, blah, blah. Oh, Tank Davis. And when he had scheduled the Campbell fight, I've said it. I've said, why is this kid looking over Campbell, man? Don't be looking over Campbell. That's dangerous. I understand Campbell. Yes. Some people call him, he's a nobody, whatever. Right. But you just don't. What happened to my anniversary? Stormy B, man. Curtis Anderson, the historian, man. Blood.
Great show,
you know what I'm saying?
Night. That was a great show.
Oh, that was amazing. What were they breaking down? What were they saying? The same thing. They were saying, you know what? Mike Tyson was overlooking this guy. Douglas was the underdog. What was the numbers? 49-1 underdog or something?
I remember they actually have a documentary called 42-1. And and the thing I heard about that is, the only time you'll ever hear odds like that again is there'll never be odds like that again in a heavyweight title fight. So,
oh my gosh,
42-1,
42-1,
unheard of. And check the documentary out too, because it's I love watching docs, and this is an excellent one to watch. You really get some information and some education and some entertainment out of it.
Hey, Renee and Bruce,
yeah,
can you imagine the people who lost money back in February 11th, 1990 by betting on Tyson?
Yeah, I heard a few of them that bet. Well, I also heard that the betting parlors closed down. They weren't taking any more bets on that. They shut down early. But some people did get bets in, and they put out like $300,000 to win $3,000, and ridiculous. And the funny thing about it is they lost it.
And they lost it, exactly. So I can imagine like people losing out a lot of money. I mean, Buster Douglas, he went through a lot. The loss of his mother. Bruce, I know you told me last night. It was his wife was going through some personal stuff.
His baby's mother had came down with a life-threatening kidney disease a week before the fight.
But he still had that will and determination to go in there. Oh, yeah. And that is like the upset of the, I wouldn't say decade, but that Mike Tyson losing to Buster Douglas, that is like the upset in boxing.
It was so huge that when I told people about it the next day, because a lot of people didn't even bother watching the fight. It was on a Saturday night, late. Well, not late enough, but Tyson was famous for taking care of these opponents in 90 seconds. That was it. People didn't think this fight was going to last. It was Buster Douglas was a quitter. He just got through taking care of. Tyson was on a roll. He was undefeated, and it was a fight where they couldn't sell it anywhere in the United States, and the Japanese bought it as a gimmick. Mike Tyson's going to bring people in, and they held it in the what they call the egg, which is a air suspended. It's a huge arena, 60,000 seat capacity. It was only half full. The ringside seats were all sold out for $1,000 a piece because Japan's a very prosperous country, but the place was virtually empty, and it was so quiet because Japanese fans are a lot different than American fans. They're not boisterous like we are. They'll only go when a big punch is landed. So it was a totally different atmosphere, and when Buster Douglas knocked out Mike Tyson, it was unbelievable. It was just, I wasn't around where I saw Ali beat Sonny Liston, but it was of that magnitude. It was huge. You tell it to people and they'd almost fall over. No way. And I had the VC hot tape. I'm like, yeah, come on and watch it. And that tape must have got passed around 100 times. And it was just such a huge event. And I'll never forget that. And that's I'm grateful I lived to experience that. I've never seen it again. And it was fantastic, man. You guys should definitely absorb as much of that as you can, because it's really history, and it's almost living history. Mike Tyson's still with us, and he'll still talk about it. Buster Douglas will still talk about it, and we still have it at our fingertips.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about it, and it connects to what we're saying. I mean, look what family's saying here. You know, he wasn't ready at all if he didn't make weight. Exactly, man. Some of these fighters have no discipline. There you go, man. And that's exact. And I think it's what LeVar. I think a big part of this is what LeVar's saying. These are intangibles to a certain extent, I guess. You know, I love that word that, you know, Curtis Anderson, salute to the historian, says. You know, the intangibles. I think that one of these elements that we're talking about or causes to why you know, Giorgio missed weight was because I think that inside he was looking over this guy Rakhimov. I think he was looking over him and he just wasn't taking it as serious as he should have. And that's why we're going and we're talking about the Mike Tyson Douglas you know, matchup, because, you know, Mike Tyson was undisciplined. He was not disciplined. You know, I remember, I reiterate, Stormy B-Man, man, that wonderful show, 3 Wise Men of Boxing they just had on the anniversary of Tyson Douglas. You know, they were elaborating and going into depth on how Mike Tyson at that time, around the time of the Douglas fight, with who knows how many women he was with, you know, Oriental woman and what have you, snorting coke, partying. I mean, Giorgio's not doing that, but I mean, you know, you're missing weight, then that's a lack of discipline. That point blank period. I mean, it's not clear. It's as clear as day. You know what I'm saying? So that's the issue there. And I personally do think it's an intangible. We can't see Giorgio Diaz's mind, but we can't see through his mind or anything. But I think it was that. I mean, he was thinking, rock him up. I'll push this guy over. I'm going to walk through him. You know what I'm saying? I'll get him out of the way. Probably wasn't taking it as serious as he should have. Probably looking over him. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big disappointment. You want to add something else to that, LeVar?
If you don't mind, Renee. It's like this. What happens when you take 2 weeks off from work?
Exactly.
You take two weeks off from work, right? Then when it's time for you to go back to work, do you really want to go back to work?
No. Actually, okay. Quick example. I get constant vacations here at my job. You know, great job. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Get the spring break vacation 2 weeks, Christmas time 2 weeks, and throughout the year, the holidays, whatever. When I get the 2 weeks off, man, I mean, I'm the type of guy, I love to be active. You know what I'm saying? I love to, you know, do something. I take the first week off. I'm just like, you know, just laying around, man, taking it easy. Second week comes around and, you know, you just get kind of the hang of being off of work. And then when you get back to work, you even forget some certain things that you usually do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I understand. I understand what you're saying, man. And that's where that's the point that I was trying to get to. It's like maybe because of this pandemic, you know, maybe it's the motivation of not being able to fight so soon and not, you know, not wanting to go to the gym. It's like what you said. We don't know what's going on or what is going on in his mind. It could be he was taking this mandatory lightly. Who knows? The only person that knows is Giorgio himself.
Well, he knew he had to make weight, and he didn't do that. And that's exactly. You know, that he knew that before he stepped on the scale. You know, he'd be an idiot not to, because you know, you don't go in there. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Bruce. This is just so big. Megastar, thanks so much for jumping in. I'm from Brooklyn. When Tyson lost, it looked like zombies walking around. Thanks so much for jumping in, man.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, let me give a shout out there. My boy Ricky E245, be Megastar, man. Dave Ortiz. It's nice to have all you guys out there listening to us, man. It really is. I appreciate it.
David Ortiz, thank you so much, man. I didn't mean to jump in, Bruce. Yeah, thanks so much, David Ortiz. Go ahead and subscribe, man. We just talk boxing here, man, in a clear, level-headed fashion, and we keep it clean here, man. You don't have to worry about anything crazy, man. We're level-headed right here, man. Open community, positive. We are one community. Just didn't mean to jump in, Bruce, but that's exactly what what you're saying. You would be kind of like an idiot, man, to not. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
well, like LeVar was saying about wrestling, man. I know I was involved in sports where we had to control our weight too, and when it was time to make weight, you would spit, you would bleed, you would sit on the toilet, you would puke, whatever it took to lose the last couple of pounds. That's this is high school sports, man. Am I kidding, LeVar?
Man.
You know, we put sweatsuits on, man. Get on a stationary bicycle. Man, you if you had to drop 3 pounds in an hour, dude, you would drop those 3 pounds in an hour. You wouldn't even swallow your spit, and we weren't getting a prize of $1 million. You know, all we were getting is a pat on the back. You know, and it's just inconceivable to me how a professional cannot make weight.
Oh, absolutely. He's right, man. When you have to cut weight, to wrestle, man, you would go above and beyond so that you can make weight. And hey, David Ortiz, hey, that's my other son. Hey, salute to you, young king. Thanks for tuning in and thanks for commenting.
Hey, it's a family affair, man. Yeah,
absolutely. Show love.
Definitely show love. Hey, and we're also losing the Joe Smith fight too, man. That's another thing that's bumming me out. I was looking so forward to Saturday, and now the was it Vlasov is come down with COVID. Is that what I understand?
Yeah, his opponent came down with COVID.
Yeah, that's
so that fight's off. So Comey and Marinez is going to be the main event now.
Man, I had such a weekend planned, and it's gone from a very anticipated weekend to oh well, okay. Well, we got some good fights on there anyway, but it was a stacked weekend a few days ago. That just goes to show you what can happen, man.
Oh, absolutely, Bruce. I agree, man. And it's sad because I really wanted to see Joe Smith, try to win that title because, like I said, man, I like him. He's a down to earth person. He's that blue collar worker, man. He works hard, and he's come up short twice. And we're not including the minor titles, but when it comes to the major titles, he has come up short twice. So I was looking forward to that fight. So now that his opponent came down with COVID, I'm not upset. I just hope I hope he gets better. I hope he takes care of himself. I know a couple of people right now that are dealing with COVID, and it's no joke.
No, it isn't. Not at all. Renee, you're back in the picture again, my brother.
Yeah, you got to hop out, Labar. Yeah, I'm back. You got to hop out,
yeah,
Labar.
I do for a quick second.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, do your thing. Yeah, so, and that's another thing. That's another sad thing that I wanted to mention, Bruce. Now this whole thing with one more time, David Ortiz, I didn't shout you out. Thank you so much for jumping in, man. If you're new here, go ahead and like, subscribe, man. We're just a platform that loves the sport of boxing, man. Simply talk about the sport of boxing in a clean fashion. You know what it is, man. We love the sport of boxing, definitely, man. Thanks so much for jumping in, David Ortiz.
That's LeVar.
Yeah, Bruce. That's another. Okay. Awesome. LeVar's family's up in the building supporting. I really appreciate y'all. So yeah, Bruce, I mean, and that's another blow. There were several blows, bro. And now Joe Smith, you know what I'm saying? His opponent, as you guys were discussing right now, man, had to pull out because of this whole COVID stuff, man. Now what's next for you know what I'm saying? Now what's next for Joe Smith? I mean, I guess it's postponed now, right?
Apparently, I'm gonna be bopping around tonight and seeing what I can see about it. But I would think that a big company like this that's putting on a fight with Showtime would have, or is it ESPN? I'm not even sure what platform it's on. But you would have a backup for something like this, man.
ESPN, yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they don't have a fighter in the wings. Somebody who's in training that they can get to replace the Russian, and keep Joe Smith active, and give him when Vlasov recovers, when he's negative and when he's back in shape again, give him the opportunity. But I'd still like to see Smith tomorrow, and man, I hate to see that deprive us of checking him out. Jab Jamboree, hey, salute, brother.
Hey, Bruce, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, I like that idea. What I think they should do is, with that happening, right? I really think they should tell whoever's ranked number 2, number 3, hey, be ready just in case. But then again, I know Joe Smith. I know that Joe Smith will probably have a hard time adapting to fighting somebody else because styles are different. So. You get what I'm saying? It will be nice for the rank number 2, rank number 3 person to be ready, or anybody from the top 10 to be ready.
Well, that's what happened. That's what happened with Rowley last week, wasn't it? You know, his opponent
Yeah.
had to pull out.
Yeah.
The second one wasn't acceptable, and so they had number 3, whatever his name was, who lasted a couple of rounds, and you know, at least we, you know, Rolly got to work to get his work in. You know, we got to see him whether we wanted to or not, but you know, the whole organization was prepared for that, and they should be with Joe Smith too.
And if I'm not mistaken, for the Jab Jamboree, what's going on? Big Act back on the attack, man. What's going on, family? If I'm not mistaken, he's going to go live later tonight, too, man. Y'all tune in to Jab Jamboree. Y'all go subscribe to the Jab Jamboree. He's definitely going to go live later. I saw the announcement, the scheduled announcement there, man. Eric R. is in the building. What's going on? Family's in the building.
Salute, Eric R.
In the building, man. Thank you guys so much for jumping in, man.
Yeah, that's
yeah, man. Y'all are family, man. Love you guys, man. Thanks so much.
The beauty thing about this. I'm sorry, Renee. I'm just saying, man. Acts going on tonight, and you know.
Go ahead.
And then we got Stormy B doing his Friday night sessions tonight, man. You know, we're all a family, and we can all visit each other, show the love, show the support, man. And it really is, you know, from the heart. I love it, man. I really do. I just wanted to drop that.
Oh, it's all good, man. Definitely. I feel you, bro. And, you know, if I'm not mistaken, because of this whole thing with Joe Smith, you know, I mean, I hope I'm praying for, you know, his opponent's recovery. I mean, Vlasov's, I forgot how to pronounce that dude's name, but, you know, I'm praying for his recovery, man. Definitely. But, if I'm not mistaken, because of this, we're going to see Comey versus Marinez, right? As main event.
Yeah, that was the co-feature. So I guess that's the main event now. You know, Jackson Marinez.
I just saw it earlier today.
Yeah, he got burnt when he fought Rolly a few months ago, and he's in the position to fight Comey now. So you know, who knows what's going to go on with Jackson? Now, I was very impressed when he fought Rolly. I mean, he won that fight in my eyes, hands down. That was robbery of the year last year.
Oh, absolutely, Bruce. I was watching it earlier today, and I'm like, wow, they gave it to Rolly, man. So I was surprised, man. But he can box, he can move. I like what I saw out of Marinez.
Yeah, what I think earlier today I saw that, or shortly after this whole thing with Joe Smith and his partner catching COVID and them having to postpone that main event. I remember, if I remember correctly, it's going to be Marinez versus Comey as the main event now. So that's great. And yeah, like what you guys are saying, you know, you go back to when he fought Rolly. Everybody knows. I've said it time and time again, man. The boxing community isn't stupid. We're not stupid. You know what I'm saying? We see this. We know when judges are crooked. You know, you even go back to recent. I'm talking about modern times. You know, you go back recently. I say recent because it's in the context of this time, you know, past 5 years, past 10 years, whatever. You even go back to Canelo versus Mayweather. One of the judges had it a draw, man.
CJ Ross had Canelo beating Mayweather.
Yeah. Oh, beating. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then you go up to Triple G. You already know the story there versus Canelo, Adelaide Bird. I mean, the story goes on and on with these crooked judges, crooked, corrupt. That's nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, go ahead.
After that fight, CJ Ross, she retired.
Oh wow, really?
Yep, she retired from judging after that. After she had Canelo beating Floyd.
Okay, real quick before Bruce goes on. Why do you think she retired though? Why?
Oh man, she caught so much flack about that.
Exactly.
They were like, "What fight was she watching?" Because Floyd put on a boxing clinic against Canelo, so it was crazy. And it's like,
yeah.
Go ahead. It's like what I said. What if Floyd? Now we know how great Floyd is. We know how great he is. But what if he would have had an off night? Will he still be 50-0? Tough to say. But like you said, some of these judges, man, it's hard. It's hard to have faith in them because you just never know. But yeah, she caught so much flack. I think there was news articles about her judging, so she ended up retiring from judging after that fight.
And that's what I was going to say. That I asked you why, and I know you guys know why, but I just wanted to let the community know and listen that, that's good because we have a voice, man. I've been saying this. Thankfully, the platforms out there nowadays, we're in this digital era. We have a voice. The community's not stupid. Getting back to what I was saying, we're not, you know what I'm saying? We're not blind to this. We're not stupid. And we got OGs like Bruce goes, the historian, Curtis Anderson, I reiterate, blood boxing, Stormy B Man. They teach us and they school us in the history and the corruption. And, we're not dumb. You know what I'm saying? The mob tied in. And this is not new, okay? Because a lot of people right now, are going crazy with this whole Kinahan, whatever that dude's name is, right? Kinahan and the mob and Tyson Fury, blah, blah. This is not new. You know what I'm saying? It's been going on for eons. You know what I'm saying? So it's not new. It's not surprising. And why do I say this? Because we all knew this, with Martinez, when he fought Rolly, and just like what Eric Gar's saying all day, he's the future. Rolly is the future Hall of Famer. I'm just kidding, man. I'm just shout out to Rolly. What a TFT's run.
No, Renee,
go ahead, Bruce. Go ahead.
Talking about the mob in boxing again, man. That's a subject I was hoping we were going to touch on yesterday, man, because the mob has been in boxing, as long as I've been following it, and way before that. Because I remember names like Blinky Palermo, Frankie Cabo. These guys. These are the guys who paid Jake LaMotta to take the dive against Billy Fox, so Jake LaMotta would receive a title shot. And they also these guys also managed fighters like Ike Williams, Johnny Saxton, even Sonny Liston. And it got so bad where the United States government had a federal investigation. They brought it to trial, and it was actually prosecuted by Robert F. Kennedy, JFK's brother. He prosecuted it, and Blinky Palermo and Frankie Cabo and a couple of LA associates. They ended up doing 25 years in prison and dying in prison because of that. But this this new thing with
what the heck, really?
Oh yeah, dude. This is the history of boxing. Excuse me.
Wow.
This Danny Kinahan is nothing new in boxing. Boxing has been the dirtiest sport forever. You look at pictures of Rocky Marciano with mobsters arm in arm. It's been going on way before that. It's been going on forever. Sugar Ray Robinson was one of the guys who did not take mafia money and refused to do what they said, along with Joe Louis. And they were big public boxers where they could say no, and they were basically under the protection where they didn't have to go along with the mob. But these younger boxers, they had all throughout boxing, it's been going on, and this Kinahan, man, this is crazy stuff. And if the guy, whatever he's going to do, that's part of boxing, man. He's going to do it. He's probably going to get away with it. He's got a big empire, his organization in Dubois, I'm sorry, where there's where they don't have the indictments, where they don't send indicted suspects to the United States like other countries do. So man, this will go on forever, and it just doesn't surprise me at all. And people are making a big thing about it, like it's brand new news. But no, this has been happening forever. It got away from it a little bit when the corporations took over boxing and took over Las Vegas. But now there's always been Don King, and Bob Arum. That element's always been there, man, and it always will be.
No, I agree with you, Bruce. And I was able to see that documentary by the BBC. Shout out to Ricky Williams, he's on Black Star Sports TV. He put it in his live, and I was able to go see it. And I agree with you, Bruce. It's been happening over the decades, so it's really no surprise to me. And I think us as fans, yes, we do have a voice. But at the end of the day, there's really not much that we can do to stop it. So at the end of the day, we're just gonna have to enjoy what's put in front of us. Hopefully we do get the best fights. Hopefully they're not tainted. If it is, only thing it does is it hurts the sport of boxing. And then that's where you're gonna have people gravitating over to different sports. And I would hate to see that, but at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Yeah. Let me get to the comment real quick, man. And that's what I'm saying. Just real quick. Boxing fans, we're not blind to this. Yeah. What's up? Yeah. You're good. You good there, Bruce?
I'm fine. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So can you guys hear me?
Yeah. No. Go ahead, Renee. Go on with some of the comments. Yeah.
Right out. Yeah. So, and that's what I'm saying. We go back to this whole thing with, Martinez. He's going to be headline. He's going to be, the main event with against Comey, right? And when we go back to that, and this is why we're explaining exhaustively in an exhaustive fashion through history. You know what I'm saying? That Martinez definitely got robbed against Rolly. And I think this is a great opportunity, man, for Martinez. You know what I'm saying, to headline and get his name out there even more, because Comey, good fighter, great fighter, you know what I'm saying? So this is going to be great. Let me get to the comments real quick, man. Eric R. Saying here, it seems Golden Boy got a lot of judges on speed dial. Yeah. I mean, I think so too. And I'm sure, and I'm almost positive. Okay. Just another example. When we talk about this whole corruption thing, I mean, we got to speak out on it. You know what I'm saying? And we have a voice. I know and that's what, like, exactly why I asked earlier when LeVar answered that. Why do we think that Ross judge retired? Because the community was speaking out. So some things to a certain extent can be done if the community speaks out. I'm not saying we're going to change everything, obviously not, right? But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? The fans are the ones who pay. You know what I'm saying? The fans are the ones who pay up to watch, to keep the sport going to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? And for example, like, quick example, just another example here, just to to realize the corruption of all this stuff and what Eric R is saying here. I'm sure that's true. For example, Eddie Hearn, when we just recently talked about it, when he fought, what's the guy's name? We just talked about him, the heavyweight. The name is slipping my mind. When Dillian White popped Dirty, what's the guy's name, man? The heavyweight. He fought him not too long ago, but what's up?
Kovacic?
Nah, it's when White popped Dirty. The Colombian guy. Was it Colombian guy? He's a heavyweight. Yeah, I just can't think of his name right now. But he popped Dirty. Okay, he popped Dirty.
At the tip of my tongue too.
And around that time,
Oscar.
When everyone was talking about the B sample, right? Yeah, me too. It's at the tip of mine, bro. I forgot his name.
Davis.
I forgot his name. But around that time, he popped.
PH
what's
dog.
up?
PH dog.
Thank you, Oscar. Yeah.
Oscar Rivas.
Kaboom. Oscar Rivas. Kaboom. Yeah.
We're talking about him. That's him. Yep. Oscar Rivas.
Yeah. Oscar Rivas. So when Dillian White fought him, shortly after, at the time Dillian White had to test or whatever, they popped him Dirty. He popped Dirty. So why do I say this? Why do I bring this up? Check. It's to, emphasize a little bit more that what Eric R is saying here, that, I'm sure Golden Boy has judges in their pockets. You know what I'm saying? Just like Eddie Hearn. I mean, these guys have connections. They know how to pull strings. They've been in the business for eons. They know. Bob Arum knows people and connections. These guys, you know what I'm saying? So when you get back to that with Dillian White pop Dirty, A sample, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know what the heck happened to the B sample, and he's just back in boxing like nothing. So these guys know what to do. They know which judges to put on the show. You know what I'm saying? And PGH is in the building, man. Thank you guys so much for jumping in, man. Thank you for jumping in, man. Let's get to the comments, man. I love it. Mike Tyson did a great breakdown in the interview, bringing it to light that not only is the mob that are investigated in boxing, but the sport and the states goes back to the movie gangs of, man. That's crazy, dude. This is just,
Hey, Renee.
Yeah, go ahead.
To be honest with you, man, every sport has its moments, man. And including NFL. So, some of the Super Bowls, even college. It's corruption in college, Look what Reggie Bush had to do when he was at USC. He went through all that stuff. Come to find out he was getting money. And what did he have to do? They made him what? Give up his Heisman Trophy. So, man, it's a lot of corruption.
It's everywhere. Yeah.
So, boxing's always been a dark, dingy sport too, man. Back in the day, boxing was in a smoky-filled little arenas. Everybody had a cigar in their mouth at ringside. Everybody looked like they were in the mafia. They looked like mobsters. And only until the 70s and 80s did, you know, boxing was moved into these sterile arenas inside of the casinos, and it was a whole different environment. And that's when it became more of a white collar crime. And the arm breakers and the leg breakers weren't so much involved in boxing. Now it was the lawyers that were involved, and they were so much more powerful. And you get the lawyers with the minds of a criminal involved in it, which is where we're at now, man. And it's almost unstoppable. It's, you know, it's all out war out there, man.
You know, the thing here, Bruce, and this is when I want to talk about also, now that we're talking about this, the panorama goes even further. You know what I'm saying? I've said this before. I don't remember where and what video, what the heck. I don't know. I've said it before. It's on my channel. Okay. So, but, just to reiterate that and to meld it in what we're talking about, you know, the whole corruption thing, what Eric R is saying here, it even goes to colleges, universities. Y'all remember this? This just happened recently. The actor, I don't even remember the girl's name, the lady's name. Some actor and people were involved in some scam or something like that, and bringing I don't know. Some people had to pay off a sum of money for them to get into certain universities or something like that.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember the name of the actor.
Let me tell you one I lived through when I was a kid. You remember the movie the Goodfellas?
Yeah.
What was his name? Henry Hill, the mobster Henry Hill. Well, anyway, he was involved in a point shaving scheme at Boston College when I was living up there, and he got these college athletes. I can't think of their names off the top of my head, but it was huge at the time, and if you just look into it, he had these guys where they did it once for money, and then they couldn't back out of it. Once you committed, that's it. You were in it till the end. Three of these guys lost pro careers. It was incredible, but it just showed you the reach of them in other sports, like you were saying, especially in college. You know, Boston College, which up in the halls of Ivy up there, and yet it was infiltrated, point shaving, and it was all throughout the country. But this was big because it was done by Henry Hill from Goodfellas, and he's talked about it a lot on interviews. And I remember when it went on, and it's still going on today. And that's what you were talking about, Renee. Just the scope of the criminal element in sports. It's huge. In the paper, exactly. Every day you could read the spread. That would be the first thing that the guys would read. They'd open the sports section, and you'd get the spread right there every day, and you'd call up and place your bets.
And Renee, it was Lori Loughlin. She was an actress that was on Full House, and then you got Felicity Huffman.
Oh yeah, they all paid to get it for their daughters to get into Ivy League universities, man. Don't family-oriented show, so we do not want to say what we think it actually is, right?
You're right, Bruce. I'm gonna tread lightly on that note.
Right. LeVar. It was Loughlin. Yeah, she acted in Full House. I loved Full House, man. I mean, that's a great show when I was a kid.
Absolutely.
But yeah, she was caught up in that mix, bro. And it's exactly what Bruce is saying. I mean, it's a disgusting thing. It goes to show how, Eric R. Okay, politics, literally. Yeah, like the red and blue corners represents the Democratic and Republican parties and class. And I mean, it's just disgusting where there's a lot of money, where there's multi-millions of dollars in any industry. There's going to be corruption up in that thing. Deep stuff. Dualities. Think about the blood and Crips. Notice same colors as well as the two most famous gay. That's a trip, not by accident. Yeah, I'll stop there. Oh, Eric R is getting deep in that. Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you, man. And hey, even the cops have, on the sirens, blue and red. I'm sorry.
Sense.
Yeah, blue and red, man. I mean, it's a trip. It's a trip, man, when you think about these things. And yeah, man. Yeah. So we continue here. Let me real quick. Yeah, exactly, PGH. They're still looking for Dillian. Exactly. What happened to it? We're not stupid. We know something happened there. We know Eddie Hearn. He got the hookups. They know what to do. They know what to do, man. They know how to pull strings. And that's what it is, man. It's a sad thing. Mike Tyson also predicted that Jay-Z and other rappers weren't going to stay in boxing because of the gang. Oh, my gosh, really? After he said that, Jay-Z company moved to a different, direction of 50 Cent. Man, wow. I don't know about that stuff. That's just crazy. That's just crazy, man. Wow. I meant mobs are invested in boxing, not investigate. Right. Investigate. Yeah. Invested. That was a typo. Oh, it's all good. Don't worry about it, man. Chris Rainer, thank you so much. Kenneth Johnson's in the building, man. What's going on, family? Y'all are jumping in. I really appreciate each and every one of you for jumping. We're just talking about boxing, man. And like I said, organic live. We have one thing in mind. I have some bullet points, me and LeVar, and then we go out, and it's organic because it's on what you guys say too. We just jump in as a community. We just chit chat in the sport of boxing, man. Loving it. So we started talking about this, about the corruption and stuff like that historically, and now because of Marinez. We're talking about Marinez. Now he's main event. Because of Joe Smith and Vlasov. Vlasov tested positive for COVID. So that fight is postponed. Now Marinez, right? Now it's Marinez. They were like in the undercard or something like that. Co-main event, if I'm not mistaken. It was Marinez and Comey as co-main event. Now they're lifted up to the main event. So I think to a certain extent, it sucks for Joe. It sucks. But look how life is, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this is awesome. Look how we learn about these things, guys. Look how life, turns tables. Things change. Now Marinez is in the spotlight. Ain't that cool? He got robbed. Of course, that was horrible. Rolly didn't deserve to win that night. We all know it. We're not foolish. We're not blind. Marinez schooled Rolly. Okay, he schooled him. Nothing against Rolly, more like against the corruption we are against, right? And the lame judges in that night. But isn't that cool how tables turn in life and how now Marinez is main event? I think that's pretty cool. And Comey, I reiterate, it's horrible for Joe Smith, right? Horrible, because I really had my hopes. We just went live recently talking about this. I was really excited for Joe Smith. His opportunity was here. Third time to get a title shot, man. And I think he was going to really show up and show out. But hey, now Marinez gets a shot because he got robbed recently. Isn't that a trip how life works out?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And honestly, this is going to be a good fight. And the reason why I say that is because we want to see what Comey is going to do, because in his last fight, he got knocked out. So I want to see how he's going to bounce back from that loss. Either he's gonna show up or show out, or we might get a repeat of what happened. We just never know, because Marinez, after watching a couple of his fights, he's a solid fighter. He gets in, he gets out, he uses his jab. So I'm very intrigued on this matchup tomorrow night. Hey, what do you think about that, Bruce?
You there, Bruce?
Am I good?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, man. Sorry about that. I guess my microphone was off.
No problem. Go ahead.
Yeah. Comey, he got destroyed in his last fight, if I remember, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, Teofimo.
Yeah, Teofimo knocked him out early, real early and real fast. So this is a very important fight for Comey. He's in the spotlight now, so he can make his move. And Jackson Marinez, I think, is the favorite in this fight. I would make him the favorite strictly on style alone and on the results of his last fight. I think Jackson's coming in here with something to prove. Comey, it does too, but I like Jackson in this fight. I just think he's going to win it on his style and on the tenacity and on the fact that he got burned in his last fight. And I think he's got the attitude going for him, Comey, I think, is still going to be thinking about getting laid out by Tiafimo not long ago.
So Bruce, pretty much you're saying is you want to see how Comey gonna take a punch.
Exactly.
I get what you're saying, and that's what I'm wondering too. So I want to see what is Comey gonna bring to the table. Is he gonna freeze up? Is he gonna have flashbacks once he gets hit pretty hard? Is he gonna have flashbacks of the Tio fight or what? So I want to be able to see what is he gonna bring to the table. If he takes that punch, hey, good on him. But I just want to see if he's gonna have any issues from the last fight, because it's like what Eric R said in the comments, man. That was a devastating knockout. Devastating. So I just want to see how he's gonna bounce back from that. But I got to give my hats off to him because he got knocked out, and guess what? He's already scheduled for another fight. So I do have to tip my hats off to Comey for being able to do that. So, you know, I just can't wait to see this fight tomorrow. I want to see how it plays out, and I just can't wait.
Indeed. And is that in the afternoon, or is that going to be an evening fight? That's ESPN, so that's out of Las Vegas, right? So that's going to be, I think it was scheduled for 8:00 for the Joe Smith fight. Now that's off, so this is probably going to be 8:00. So I really have to shuffle the deck because I don't want to miss any of these good fights. I want to see the Teixeira and the Castano fight. I don't want to miss that one. That's in the afternoon, I believe. But although no, that's out of California, even though it's on a DAZN card. So man, I got to get up in the morning, and I have to do some juggling, man. I got to figure out what time these fights are on, because it's very easy to miss a fight when you only got two screens you're playing with over here.
And what I think is going to happen there, Renee and Bruce, since Joe Smith bout has been canceled, they will probably plug two other fighters somewhere within that card.
It's possible.
So I'm hoping that they do that, you know, to replace that fight with two other fighters. But like you said, Bruce, man, it's going to be some great action-packed fights.
Well, you know what, the fight that I was really looking forward to, because I'm sure I've told you guys I'm a heavyweight fan. I want to see the Big Baby Anderson against Ibeck. You know, that to me, Kingsley Ibeck is supposed to be the hottest thing out of Nigeria right now, which is, you know, every day it seems to change down there. And he's going against Big Baby Anderson, who's been the most active young heavyweight out there. So this fight to me could be this is a co-main event in my eyes. I'm very, very much looking forward to this fight. You know, I'm selective these days, man. I'm so tired. They're throwing so many names at me. I can't even remember. I don't even know who half of these guys are, and then I get disappointed watching a lot of these fights. That I go for the quality over quantity now, man. At this stage in my life, I want to see unification fights. I want to see heavyweight contenders fighting each other, man. All these other fights, I don't know, man. I don't have that mind to watch these undercards like I used to anymore. Today, I was going around line. I found this live card in Italy, and it was a good card, but these guys were so inexperienced, and it was like looking at a backyard gym fight. LW turned me onto the site, and it just happened to be live this afternoon from Italy. It was interesting, but it just. I wasn't pumped up like I am for the heavyweights for tomorrow night, for the title fights for Teixeira. You know, those are the fights that I live to see. I know, Renee, you love the undercard. You love watching all the fights, man. And man, I'd like to get that feeling going again with myself, but it's hard to.
Yeah, I understand. You know, I mean, and I definitely try to keep an eye on the undercards. Not all of them, though, but yeah, I try to, just for the, you know, so we can see the up and comers and stuff like that. You know, and for example, or I don't know if it was a main event, Zepeda versus Baranchik last year. Was that a main event or was that an undercard? You guys remember that fight, Zepeda versus Baranchik?
I remember the fight, but I don't remember if it was a main event or an undercard.
I want to say it was a undercard.
I think it was, but the point in this, those names You know, because typically what happens with undercards, they're fighters that aren't really known. You know what I mean? And Baranchenko, and look at the fight they gave us. I mean, that was explosion. That was amazing. And that's sometimes we can see that sometimes in the undercard fights because it's guys that are trying to prove themselves. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's one of the reasons why I kind of like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't always watch undercards, but I usually try to at least. But yeah, definitely, man. So you know, it is what it is. You know, Kat Johnson says here, Comey blocks punches with his face. I got Jackson definitely, man. I think Marina's gonna really show up and show out, man. We got here. Oh my gosh, that was a beautiful KO from Tio. Yeah, it was. I mean, you know, Eric and you know LeVar, everybody who's I'm not taking anything away from Tio, man. That was a beautiful with that fight when he fought Comey. That was a beautiful fight, man. I mean, he did amazing. Tio Fimo did wonderful against Comey. Comey's skilled. You know, I'm not taking anything away from Comey. I really appreciated that victory, man. It was a beautiful fight. I must say, I wish him luck coming back. Yeah, so we'll see, man. We'll see. Eric R. continues to say here that I can recall that KO. I was talking to my son, telling how this fight was a great test for Tio. Then, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I mean, I've done that before. I had one of my friends here. You know, he's one of those old school boxing fans down here in Mexico, and I'd tell him, hey, you're going to see a great fight. And then they come up and fight, and the guy gets smashed. And then he had his family together, and you know, hey, this guy's gonna win, and it was on the contrary, man. So yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of the sport of boxing. Sometimes we think a fighter's gonna win, but hey, it's a totally different story. So man, definitely, man. So real quick, you guys, I know. Okay, Lomachenko, it sounds like is gonna fight Nakatani, man. What do you guys think about that? Go ahead, LeVar first, and go ahead, Bruce.
I think that's going to be a great fight, man. You know, Nakatani came back from a brain injury, and I was worried when he fought last time. But man, who was the young Puerto Rican fighter that he dismantled?
Oh my gosh, the name! I'm just bad with names sometimes.
He was involved in a motorcycle accident.
Yeah, I just made a video on this kid, man. And I had my hopes up on him too. I thought he was going to really, but Nakatani's no joke.
Oh, Nakatani, he looked like a boxing version of Thomas Hearns before Hearns went slugger. He just had that jab out there every time his opponent was getting set. He'd just take him off balance, man. Bang, 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 bang. And then all of a sudden, a right hand would come around. It was beautifully done basic boxing. And I like Nakatani.
Bruce.
I think you're talking about Felix Verdejo.
Yeah, there you go.
Verdejo,
yeah.
Verdejo.
Yeah, so real quick, I mean, but the thing here, Bruce, I don't know, though, because you know, if he's going to fight, well, according to sources, right? According to sources, Nakatani and Lomachenko is going to fight. I think it's a great matchup for them too, for both Lomachenko and for Nakatani. But the thing here, I'm only suspicious about. We got to, you know, you go back to when he fought Teofimo. He gave Teofimo a big fight. He gave him a big challenge. You know, man, Nakatani is no pushover. He's a fighter. He fights, man. So, but after that. This goes back to the Teofimo fight. So after the fight, if I'm not mistaken, the medics didn't clear him for a few months. He if I'm not mistaken, Nakatani, I think there were rumors or whatever they call it, right? Saying that Nakatani was retired because medics didn't clear him because he had like a blood or something with his brain, serious stuff.
Oh,
and then he fought Felix Verdejo. Okay. And then after he beat Felix Verdejo in a beautiful fashion, it was a good fight. That was a good fight, man. With Verdejo, he still has it. And he can come back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he still got it. You know, he got skills. But after that fight, if I'm not mistaken, he had another problem. So I don't know, man. You know, the medical aspect, the health of Nakatani, I'm not so sure. Medics probably cleared him. But, you know, I think he's going to put up a great fight against Lomachenko. But I don't know. Health-wise, I'm not sure if he's going to be 100. What do you think about that, LeVar?
Yeah, I agree. If it's dealing with the brain, you know, hopefully he didn't have like bleeding on the brain.
Yeah, that's serious, man.
It's definitely it can be fatal if they can't stop it. So
yeah, exactly.
I like that fight. I think it's going to be health wise for both fighters because, you know, after Loma fought Tio, he had surgery as well. So it all depends on how their bodies react in training, if their body's healed. It's going to be a tremendous fight. That'll be another great step up for Loma. I would like to see how he would bounce back from a loss. But you can't go wrong with either fighter. You can't, to be honest with you. So I can't wait. Hopefully they do make that fight. I'm hearing it's supposed to be the summer of 2021. So this summer. So it'll be a great fight, man. It really will. Yeah, I mean, man, I can't wait.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. So definitely.
I hope. I hope it. I hope they make it official.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Lomachenko's return. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Lomachenko's return also. Wait a minute. No, yeah, okay. I'm looking forward to Lomo's return also, and against Nakatomi, it looks like a good fight. But now that I hear he's got more issues, I'm kind of worried about Nakatomi because I just didn't like the way he was reacting to punches in his last fight, and head injuries and it kind of disturbs me. You know, we got Kenneth Johnson out there who knows a lot more about it than I do. I'm sure, and I just didn't like the look on his face when he was getting hit, and it just had that look that was there we go. Kenneth Johnson. That's
what I'm saying, Bruce. That's the worry factor I have for Nakatani. It's more worry for me on behalf of his health, and to fight Loma. You already know the story with Loma. I'm not taking anything away from this guy, man. He can fight. He can box. You know, the punch is going to land on Nakatani, man. You never know it can be the last punch for Nakatani, man.
Exactly, man. So, you go in there against
he suffered a fracture right orbital bone.
And the Felix fight, right?
Yes, he did.
And then before that, with Tio, it was a brain bleeding. Yeah. So I mean, these things are stacking up against him. So I mean I don't know about and he's a young guy. I mean, I don't know about this guy. I think after this, man, he should probably, for his health, call it a career, man.
I don't even know about after this, man. You know, Lomo's gonna come. Lomo's in here to prove a point now. You know, Lomo's the guy who's gotta show us something, or he's not gonna be in the limelight. You know, he could be shown the exit door. And Nakatomi, man, you know, not cleared by his neurological doctor. It's, to me, that's a very dangerous fight, and it's not the kind of fight that I get off on watching.
No, but what the thing here is that after he fought Teofimo, it was like months after, he wasn't cleared, and that's where they were talking about retirement. If I'm not mistaken, he did retire. Nakatani was declared retired. If I remember correctly.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, he was retired. So, but what's fishy about this all is that out of nowhere, he's going to come back and fight. It's like, what? Felix Verdejo. And I was like, wow. You know, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. And it's kind of dangerous, in my humble opinion. It's really dangerous for Nakatani. I mean, it's great. I mean, for us, for fans, for fights, that's awesome. I mean, Nakatani versus Loma, great. But I got that thing in the back of my head. It's like, I don't know, Nakatani. I don't know, man.
To be honest with you, Renee, I was watching a panel earlier on YouTube. It had Larry Holmes and Mike Tyson, you know. And Larry Holmes was like, yeah, Don King came to my house. He knocked on my door. He was like, hey, what's up, Don? Don was like, hey, I got a fight for you. And Larry Holmes was like, man, I retired 2 years ago and you want me to fight? He was like, yeah, you know, you really can beat this kid. You can beat this. I know you can beat this kid. He was like, all right, who is it? He's like, Mike Tyson. He was like, oh, bleep. He's like, man, I can't beat no Mike Tyson. And then he said, well, I'll offer you $3.2 million. Oh, where Mike at? I'll fight him. So money talks, bro. So you never know.
yeah. No, Larry was basically pulled off the couch on that fight. He was pulled out of retirement. He thought Don King was kidding him, and he offered him the 3.2 mil. And he took the fight. And I tell you, Larry Holmes was doing really well in that fight. Then his right hand got caught in the ropes.
And they talked about that, Bruce. And Tyson was like, yeah, when his arm got caught in the ropes, he's like, hey, I had to land that shot.
That's it. That was it, man. And the funny thing about it is Larry Holmes, you know, he retired for a short time after that, but then he came back and he had a tremendous showing against Ray Mercer.
And
No, before that, against Ray Mercer.
Gotcha.
Ray Mercer had just got through knocking out Tommy Morrison in one of the most violent fights you'll ever see in boxing history. And Ray Mercer was considered unstoppable at that point. Larry Holmes educated Ray Mercer. And I remember him in the corner saying, "I'm not Tommy Morrison. Come on in here." And Larry got the bug back. He went on and he fought a good fight with Holyfield. He lost the decision, but then he went on to almost to the circus stage where he fought Butterbean. He'd fight in gymnasiums. He made a lot of money. To him, every fight was a building. He built his business. He basically owns the town of Eastern Pennsylvania, and he's got several hundred people on his payroll. So Larry Holmes is a big success in boxing, man. And everybody says Larry was a dirty fighter, and he had what I call educated thumbs. And if you look at it, they mandated the thumbless glove because of Larry Holmes. Larry would be fighting somebody, he'd thumb him in the eye, and he caused a lot of detached retinas, caused a lot of fights to be prematurely stopped. But man, he was a great fighter, a great heavyweight champion, and never to be forgotten.
Wow, man. Wow. I mean, we got here. Thank you so much, man. Saints Retro Football. First time I see you here. Like, you've got some first timers in this live session, which is awesome. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and like. Simply a platform that discusses, critiques, and analyze, and simply talks about the sport of boxing in a mature, level-headed fashion. This is a mature platform. You don't have to worry about any craziness here, man. It's all love for the community here, man. That's all you got to, it is what it is. You're in the right spot. You're in the right place, Saints Retro Box Football. Thank you so much, man, for jumping in. Kenneth Johnson says here, facts, Nakatani Nero Doctor did not clear him for the red tail. Oh, he didn't clear him. I thought he did. I don't know what Nakatani. Oh, my God.
Yeah. No, I heard the same thing.
I thought he did.
Yeah, no. That was against medical advice.
Man, I don't know about this kid, man. Ray was tough, definitely, man. Larry had a beautiful jab, man.
Oh, yes, the best jab. I mean, he had the best jab to me.
Wow, man, that's awesome, man. Now, okay, just to close this, man, I gotta get going in a moment, but what the heck is going on with Manny Pacquiao, man? What's going on with this guy? First, okay, this whole Ryan Garcia thing. Then he wants to come back and prove his legacy. Then, Ryan Garcia was supposed to fight supposedly Fortuna. And now I guess it's not. And now Ryan Garcia is now he's calling out Tank Davis. And now Manny Pacquiao, check this out, guys. This is what's been going on the past couple of weeks, months. And then Manny Pacquiao resorted to fighting possibly Mikey Garcia. And now I just recently heard that Ryan Garcia versus Pacquiao is 95% done. What's going on here, man?
What?
Yeah, I mean, it's all over the place. I can care less, but it's going on in boxing just to close. You know what I'm saying? I think it's nonsense. And recently, what? Pacquiao's appealing. He's appealing and going against challenging the WBA decision of him recessing.
Yes, he is. I was watching 78 Sports TV today, and Pacquiao is apparently going to challenge the WBA because of them putting him in recess and giving the belt to Ugas. So it's I'm gonna let Bruce Goes cook on this first, and then I'll come in. But that's what's going on, Renee.
Go ahead, Bruce. Yeah, you there, Bruce?
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I was
no problem.
I was doing something. Okay. Now, what was the question again, Renee?
So
I know we're ending it up over here.
It was a lot of tangles, but okay. Mike Pacquiao, he's challenging the WBA decision on him being recessed, stripped from the belt. In other words.
Okay. Now to me, Pacquiao. All the noise that he's making is going to get him more publicity for his next fight. He's going to have that golden retirement fight to sail into the future with $20 million. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Mikey Garcia. To me, that's a good fight. I'd pick Mikey to win that fight, but he can go in any direction he wants. Manny he's bigger than the game right now. To get an event, you have to have more than the hardcore boxing fans. You have to have casuals. You have to have people who just have heard the name. And Manny's the guy. His retirement fight is his golden ticket, and it's a golden ticket for his opponent. And whoever it is, man, you got the tiger by the tail, and you got some serious money in your pocket.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, and we'll get to LeVar on his thoughts, but I remember on another platform, I chatted, I jumped in there on the chat, and I said, you know what? They were talking about Pacquiao, possibly fighting Ryan at that time, and I put in the chat there, you know what? I don't think this is, I put my opinion there. I don't know what I said. I said, nah, I can care less about that whole Ryan and versus Manny Pacquiao at that time when that was hot or whatever. And I mean, they got it. They got a point. I'm not saying they didn't. Okay, in that panel, they said, hey, well, Manny Pacquiao, he earned it. He earned his position to where right now he can do what he wants. And I was like, okay, all right. I feel it. But at that time, it's when with the belt, he had the belt and he was just sitting around for a long time, sitting on that belt. That's what I didn't like. I understand you earn your way to it. He's a legend. I understand that, but it doesn't mean you have the right to sit there with the belt with a year and a half and not even defending it. You see what I mean? But go ahead, LeVar. What do you got on that?
Yeah, I'm getting sick and tired of their antics too. And I'm talking about Pacman and Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, he just needs to go somewhere and just shut up. Yeah,
because he recently came out. He recently came out and said, "I'll fight you now, Tank." I mean, come on.
He doesn't know what he wants to do. He has no idea. He looks like a lost fighter trying to gain attention so that he can get more people to follow him on IG. He just needs to sit down with Oscar, figure it out. It's like what I've been saying all week long. It's either you're going to do it or you're not going to do it. It's either you're going to fight Tank or you're not going to fight Tank. So he needs to sit down, figure it out, see what he wants to do. If he wants to fight Tank, okay. If Tank is healthy, put him in there. Let's see what's going to happen. When it comes to Pacman, I know. Yes, I think earlier this week I picked Mikey Garcia to upset Pacman, but Renee, you threw something out there to me earlier today, and it had me thinking. You asked me, how do I think Mikey Garcia would feel? How would he do up there at 147?
Yep.
And I went back to that Spence fight. Mikey Garcia looked like he did not belong at 147.
Exactly.
His body didn't fill out. He looked slow. And plus, man, he's been inactive, and I'm glad I had a day or two to sit down and think about this. He didn't look impressive at all. So, can he beat Pacquiao? He can, because we know Pacman's up there in age, father time. Like I've been saying against it when he fought Keith Thurman, he just looked sloppy. His footwork, his movement kind of looked sloppy. So you can tell that father time is catching up with Pacman. But I want to see Mikey Garcia adapt to that 147 division, because there are a lot of heavy hitters in that division. And if he couldn't keep up with the number one guy, and I believe Errol Spence is the number one guy in that division. If he can't keep up with the number one guy, how is he going to be able to handle a Terrence Crawford if that fight happens? How is he going to be able to handle a Sean Porter? Who knows what's going to happen? Right now, this welterweight division is crazy. But I really think that Pacman, he just needs to figure it out. If he fights Mikey Garcia, then he needs to come with his A game, which he always do. But he's, father's time is catching up with him. And Mikey, he just has to, his body has to adapt to that 147 division.
Yeah, and I don't think it has. I mean, that's the thing. No. He fought Spence. We all know the story there. And then after that, he fought this, Jesse Vargas. He didn't look that. I mean, Jesse Vargas was working him too.
Yes.
I mean, he was landing a lot on Mikey Garcia, and that just goes to show, I made a video about that, talking about that, breaking that down. And I said, you know what? I think, in my humble opinion, Mikey Garcia is like a C-level welterweight, man.
Yeah, but he's popular. That's one thing about Mikey. He's popular, and Manny's popular, and their names alone will sell a fight. I mean, look at they're over the hill, but look at Mike Tyson and Roy Jones, and now they're talking Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield. That's pretty much signed. And you watch, man, that Evander Holyfield Mike Tyson fight is going to break records.
Oh, and they're saying $200 million figures or something for that.
Yes, I can see it, because that's the whole thing, man. these aren't boxing fans. These are fans of boxers, and there's a big difference there. Right. There's big difference there.
True. That's true, man. And so, yeah, I mean, and, you know, I got to get going, man. I just wanted to go flash live out of nowhere. We got about an hour, 20 minutes, man. We got a good solid live today, man. It was fun. It was just fun. And I thank everyone, man, for jumping in the building. Y'all jumped in the house tonight. So, you know, thank you so much. Any last words, LeVar?
Yes, I want to say, Renee, thank you for allowing me to come back on your platform once again. It's truly an honor, man. I really do appreciate you. To my brother from another mother, Bruce Goes, man. I love talking the sport of boxing with the both of you, man. And it's once again, it's a pleasure being able to do this. You know, this is like my little get away from the kids and being able to talk the sport of boxing. And to everybody in the chat, thank you for stopping by, listening to us. Y'all kept it professional, respectful. We appreciate everybody that comes to this channel. Make sure you smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that post notification bell. And like I said, man, hit that like button. Other than that, thank y'all. Be safe. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. This pandemic is no joke.
What you got, Bruce?
Man, I couldn't say it nearly as eloquently as my brother LeVar. That's the whole. You guys are a great, man. Renee, I couldn't thank you enough for getting me up here. LeVar, rap and boxing, man. You guys are like my family. The chat, everybody out there, man. Kenneth, Stan, the gangster up there, man. All you characters. I love you all, man, and I'll catch you at the fights. God bless.
Yeah, thankful for that, man, always. And, you know, have a wonderful weekend, man. And, oh, David, I appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, that's what we try doing. You know, we're just trying to keep it professional, trying to keep it, you know, as mature, level-headed as possible, as organized as possible, as far as, you know, keeping things in order, in an orderly fashion, as far as, you know, respect, you know. And this is a community. We're doing new things here at Renee Box Young, man. I'm saying it time and time again. We're going to keep pushing it. We're going to keep pushing these lives. Thank you so much, LeVar and Bruce, for jumping in, man. And, you know, we just have fun. We're going to keep pushing this. So thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful night. Can you guys just stay like just a minute right after, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Peace out, family. Stay safe.